We're moving a little local here. And I don't know, Rolf, if we put this in real last minute, so I don't know if you got time to add a picture or not. But the Regina Red Sox are back in the news here in Regina again. They were denied a feasibility a loan, I guess, or an amount of money for a feasibility study to see if they could get their stadium. Basically, they want to do a study to see if their stadium would make sense to be put in. Now, for those outside of Regina, there's a big street in the middle of the city called Dudney Avenue.
And black hole in the city called
within that
Dudney
street,
Avenue. Yep.
it's basically where all of the nightclubs are. A lot of cool businesses in this new warehouse district that's being really booming.
There's some really awesome businesses that deserve an awesome economic
There's a lot of
project
stuff there.
like this.
Everyday Kitchens there, Rebellion Brewery. There's all sorts of coffee shops. There's a bunch of great media companies that are coming up there, breweries, all these great, cool places. And there's this big empty chunk right in the middle of it, right outside of downtown, right behind the Casino of Regina. There's a big chunk of empty dirt. And it looks terrible, and it's been there forever, and I hate it so badly.
We're not talking about Capitol Point.
No, not that part. No, this is a bigger chunk of dirt.
Bigger chunk
and
of dirt.
I hate it
Much
even
longer.
more. And basically what the Red Sox want to do is put a brand new stadium here within the next few years, replace their old one at Curry Field, which is not fit for what they want. They want to make it more of an attraction. Curry Field is basically just a means to an end at this point in its existence. It's been through a lot. It's done a lot for that team, but it's time to move on and get better facilities. Now, it is a non-for-profit organization, the Regina Red Sox. It is not a professional team, but they were denied 7-3, 7 deny votes, 3 approve votes for a feasibility study. They wanted some public help with it to kind of show the city like they want to work together and all this stuff. It was shut down. Now, Max, did you have the quote from City Councilor Hawkins?
Yes, from City Councilor Bob Hawkins, quote unquote. First of all, I don't need a feasibility study to tell me that if the organization can't raise $100,000 to build this baseball stadium, how on earth are they going to talk about and finance a $20 to $25 million stadium? It's just a little bit of common sense, right. Hawkins said at the meeting.
And we both scoffed at that at first, and then we both said, well, you said it first, but I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. If you want to build a $20-ish million facility, stadium, all the other stuff that comes with it, and you can't afford the $100,000 feasibility study, why are we supporting this? And there's other stuff going on, of course. Obviously, they're still kind of getting paid off Mosaic Stadium.
For sure.
There's still other COVID things that they're dealing with and some other projects that are going on. But that area, if they could just rejuvenate it, it would do so much good for the city of Regina as a whole. It would completely be a catalyst for that entire Dudney strip to be I said rejuvenated already. What's another good word? Sparked, refurbished,
reimagined,
re-energized. Because basically, like I said, there's a lot of great businesses in that area, and they need more traffic there. So why not start building that big chunk of nothing and put something there so that people will actually go there more often? And it's just so frustrating that for whatever reason this city moves at a snail's pace when it comes to this stuff. I mean, we mentioned it earlier. Yeah, they're paying off Mosaic Stadium. What was supposed to go in the old location at Mosaic Stadium? They were supposed to have low-income housing. They were supposed to have commercial space, industrial space, a grocery store for that area.
What's there now, Clark?
Nothing. And it's been nothing for 6 years now. It's been almost 6 years since they've torn down Taylor Field, and there is 0 on that land, and there was supposed to be a lot. And that area needs it, Max. In fairness, they used to have a grocery store there, don't have one anymore. They have a couple convenience stores for that entire area. And a lot of those people are low-income families and low-income housing, so they don't have necessarily, all have vehicles. They don't all have access to public transit to get to a grocery store halfway across the city. There's nothing there, and it's really frustrating to see that there's just these 2 big empty spaces where a lot could be done, and nothing is being done, and it's been years now.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you've already mentioned, especially when it comes to Dudney, right? There's a ton of great businesses, and I'm looking at it from an economic standpoint, and I guess that's the other thing that we do have to look at is the economy still is obviously recovering from COVID-19 locally, in our micro environment and our macro environment. So that's something that obviously to take into account. But I hear your frustration, completely understand your frustration. And before we went on air, we talked about maybe taking the low road when it comes to Councilman Hawkins' comments.
Yeah.
But we will choose not to do that in the hopes that, you know what, maybe there is still some life for this project. As you alluded to, Matt, a great project. Obviously, us being not super biased, but a little biased.
Pretty biased.
We're massive baseball fans, and we know what a really good baseball team. And again, we talk about the Winnipeg Gold Eyes and what they have for their.
Yeah, sorry. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing
that's
at
fine. But
comment.
it's again, we know what this project can be, and again, with it not being our dollars tied to it, that's where again we're at the mercy of whatever our city councilors think is best for us. However, again, let's just hopefully say there is still some light for this project, because there's a ton of great people that would be greatly benefited, great business owners, great people within the Regina Red Sox organization that have put together a winning product when it comes to the baseball team, in addition to just creating a really good brand locally here in Regina. So I would love to see something happen for them in a positive light, because being somebody that grew up in the Curry Field area, it's Curry Field. It'll always have a place near and dear to my ticker, but when it comes to the state of the field, as it were, let's just hope we get a little James Earl Jones. If you build it, they will come.
Right. And again, my main point here is that area needs, now Uncle Robin said revitalize. Perfect word.
Revitalize is a great word.
That area needs a revitalization. I'm pretty sure there was a Regina revitalization initiative that was started. I don't know what happened to that.
It was like the Justice League initiative.
I know
initially.
they were.
DC didn't exactly follow through with that.
They did some focus on downtown, but did they stop there? I mean, anyways, they need to do something with that area. And I think of Winnipeg. We mentioned this as an example. The Winnipeg Gold Eyes, the stadium there, it's just gorgeous. It's a focal point of that downtown. It's an attraction site. They hold other events there. They can bring in national level baseball events into this facility. They can hold concerts there. They can do a bunch of stuff. Farmers markets, I think, was one of the biggest things that they suggested actually happens at the baseball field when there's not baseball
That would be great.
happening.
A great centralized location, something that looks really nice when you're going around shop. Again, an economic booster for so many great local businesses and people.
I just don't see why there's so much pushback against this. At least put something there, and there just seems to be a blockage. Anyways, we are getting super local. But Robin Wildy does say, hello, I'm producer Clark, and I'm running for city council.
Hey, there we go.
Maybe.
I like it.
No, he says, vote for me or F off. I like that slogan. Can I use that, Robin?
Bring your sports projects to the table, and producer Clark
I will approve
vote
every single one.
Every single one.
Katie Fleury says they also need more parking for the hospital staff. Interesting.
Zero question.
I didn't think of that, but there you go.